Hello and welcome. Welcome to another episode of Lunch with Lisa. I'm Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing. And today, let's talk about the shift of consciousness that is required for healing. You know, our circumstances reflect our thoughts. Most people think that it's the other way around. Most people think that our thoughts are a reflection of our circumstances, that the circumstances happen and then we have thoughts about those circumstances. But unfortunately, it's actually the other way around. Our thought patterns, which are attached to our energy, generate our circumstances, whether the circumstance is a circumstance of disease or health, poverty or wealth, loneliness and isolation, or community. All experiences are available for us to choose from. And we get to choose. We are the creators. We are creator beings. We are choosing in every moment of every day with our energy and with the thoughts that we choose to think. Because we do choose our thoughts, or let's put it this way, we have the ability to choose our thoughts. Most people just allow their thoughts to choose them. Most people walk around thinking a stream of thought that goes around and around in their head, and it's quite unpleasant, yet they never stop the stream of thoughts. They never choose to think different thoughts. It usually never occurs to people that they can think different thoughts. But we've been taught what to think. The thoughts that we think, virtually none of them are our original thoughts. We're creator beings. We're grand beings of light. This is who and what we are. We would never have thoughts of, I'm afraid, I'm not okay, this isn't good, why did they do that to me? Those are not thoughts that an infinite being fully connected to source would ever really need to think. But we have come here into these physical bodies so that we could explore these types of thoughts, so that we can explore what it feels like to be alone or lonely. Because being alone or lonely is not a thing for the soul. It's never alone. It's part and parcel of source itself. It is the oneness. We're interconnected with all life. We are the essence of life itself. And when we direct the essence of life itself through our bodies and project that out into the world, we can create amazing, spectacular things. But we've just simply been taught what to think. We've been taught to think thoughts of disease, of lack, of limitation, of poverty, of it's not safe, of I don't like to be here, thoughts of I'm not okay. None of those thoughts belong to us at all. We've just simply learned these patterns. And then we live out these patterns because what we focus on, we generate. What we think about, we create. And then we use the creation, the physical manifestation, as evidence that the thought pattern is true. It has nothing to do with being true at all. It appears to be the way it is because that's the way we're looking at it. In order to change our health, we have to be willing to change our thoughts. We have to be willing to change our consciousness. We have to be willing to change what we're looking at. Meaning, when something is happening with our body that we're not all that keen on, right? If we have some aches or pains or, some physical symptom that's not to our liking, we're taught to think, uh-oh, there's something wrong with me. That's the go-to thought. And as soon as we start thinking the thought, oh no, there's something wrong with me, that becomes the lens that we look through. And if we're looking through the lens of I'm not okay, there's something wrong with me, we cannot see the health, the well-being and vitality, that there is nothing wrong with me that is actually true. So in order to start changing our health, we have to start changing the way we look at our bodies. We have to start understanding why our bodies do what they do. We have to start understanding how physical reality is made manifest, because we are each manifesting our own reality. 24/7, 365. We've been taught to believe that there's a pre-existing reality out there, that they broadcast it on the news and they tell us what the reality is. And then we just live as if that's true, and that's what is. We just assume that all those stories are true, even though we have absolutely no real physical evidence of those things. For the majority, probably 99% of those things, we have no idea. We're not there firsthand. We don't see those stories. We have no idea. Now, the stories of disease. You better get tested. You better check. You better see. You better get a mammogram. Makes us look for diseases. And what we look for, we will find, without a doubt. What we expect, we get. And all of humanity has been taught to expect disease. Cancer. Whatever the disease name is, doesn't make any difference. We've been taught to expect these things. We've been taught that disease is normal. We've been taught that living from pill to pill to pill to pill is natural. None of those things are normal. None of those things are natural. Health is what's normal. It's what's actually natural to us. But when we're focused on the antithesis of health, whether we're trying to prevent a disease, like preventing a disease is not the same thing as generating health. They're two completely different things. They're actually polar opposites. If we're trying to prevent a disease, the focus is still on the disease. That's still what we're going to manifest. Whether we're manifesting disease or aging or lack or poverty or I'm not okay, whatever it is, all of those thoughts we've been taught to think, they're not true. but they play out as if they are. That becomes our experience. If we'd like to have a different experience, we have to shift our consciousness. We have to start recognizing that we are infinite beings, we're immortal souls, pure consciousness, non-physical beings, having a physical experience. We are the living life force energy that's animating these physical structures. We're not the physical structure. We're the invisible being. We simply have this physical structure so that we can see each other in the physical world. If we didn't have the body, we can't see each other in physical form. We can't be in physical form without a physical form. Without the physical form, we're simply non-physical. We're formless. We're invisible. We're here to be visible. We're here to see our creations in physical form. And we are using our energy to generate our circumstances. When we start to realize that we're not these physical bodies, that we are the consciousness in the body, and that we are creator beings and we can create anything we desire. Radiant health, massive wealth, joy, peace, ease, adventure. We can create anything we put our mind to creating. But we can't create it if we don't believe that we can create it. And we can't create it if we don't know that we can create it. Our bodies can't heal themselves if we don't know that they can heal themselves. And we will never know that our body can heal themselves unless we actually look for evidence that our bodies can heal themselves. We're taught to ignore the evidence. Oh, that's just a placebo effect. That just happened. The placebo effect, that's what actually is real, that our bodies heal without any pills at all, just by our belief system. Right? That's what actually is natural healing. They just put a label on it going, oh, that's just a placebo effect. That's just a random thing that happens. No, it's not a random thing. It happens every single time. We have to shift our consciousness. We have to stop believing in disease. We have to stop believing that our bodies don't know what they're doing. We have to stop believing that we're being randomly attacked by diseases and microorganisms. Not happening. It's not what's going on. But we have to be willing to actually look and see what's really going on. That our bodies are following our consciousness. The consciousness comes first, the physical manifestation comes second. So we have to change our consciousness. We have to stop looking for diseases, and we have to start looking for the radiant health instead. And when we do that, it's not about spiritual bypassing. I'm just going to ignore this big lump that showed up. I'm going to pretend that it's not there. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is recognizing that this big lump that showed up there for a reason. And the reason is not because you're being attacked by some killer disease. The reason is that your body created it on purpose. There was an intelligence behind the creation of whatever the thing is that they're calling a disease. Our bodies are intelligent. They operate on universal laws. the universal law of cause and effect. When our mind, right, goes off into left field and it's like, oh my God, this is bad, this is terrible, oh my gosh, what am I going to do, right? And we have conflicting thoughts and emotions of, I'm not okay, this isn't good, I'm afraid, all of those negative things, our bodies respond to every single one of those. Every time we have an emotional shock, every time there's a trauma, our body responds to the trauma. Just like if you fall down and you skin your elbow, you're going to get a scab. The scab is not an indication that there's something wrong with you or that you're being attacked by a killer disease. The scab is evidence that your body is functioning perfectly. It's doing exactly what it needs to do to rebuild that skin that got sloughed off when you fell. It's the body repairing itself. When the symptoms show up in our bodies, the internal symptoms, the internal bodily changes, they are also the body's response to a wound. Except this wound isn't as visible as when we fall down and we skin our elbow. When somebody tells us that we should have known better, you shouldn't have done that, what's wrong with you, why did you do that? All of these things are wounds that happen internally. Every time we suffer a wound, our body responds. Our eyes respond to, I didn't want to see that, or I can no longer see that. My loved one is now moved across the country. I can't see them anymore. Like things, visual separation conflicts, visual morsel conflicts. The eyes respond to. The bones and joints respond to self-devaluation conflicts. I'm not strong enough. I'm not fast enough. I'm not agile enough. Those types of thoughts. Every single body part plays a role. Every single body part is designed to address a specific type of situation. When we look at the body, what the body is doing, we can directly deduce what the emotional conflict was. It's the conflict that needs to be resolved. The body's functioning perfectly. We have to shift our consciousness. We have to start looking to see what's actually true. We cannot continue in disease-based thinking and expect radiant health. It's simply not possible. In order to be healthy, we have to know that our body is functioning perfectly, that our body is doing exactly what it's designed to do. We have to take the fear out of it. We can't continue to believe that we have an incurable or irreversible condition and expect to reverse the condition. It's not possible. When we believe that it's irreversible or, unhealable, so it is. But if you would like to reverse it, if you would like to bring your body back into blueprint, if you would like for your body to heal itself, if you would like for your body to continually regenerate and rejuvenate itself without having to age and degrade, you can do that. But your consciousness has to match that. You have to be willing to see the truth in that. And when you start looking for the truth, you'll start finding it. You'll start gathering evidence. You will start to see that it's actually true. It's not just some pipe dream. Our bodies are designed to last for hundreds of years. We're only tapping into a fraction of what these bodies are capable of. And the only reason we're tapping into only a fraction of what these bodies are capable of is because we're tapping into only a fraction of the available consciousness we have. We're operating from within the confines of our programmed minds, the minds that have been told what to think, the minds that have been given thoughts to think and said, this is what's real, this is what you have to deal with, this is what, these are the parameters that you have to work within. We're unlimited beings. We have no parameters. There's nothing that is a limitation in any way, shape, or form. We have to be willing to break the boundaries of the parameters. We have to be willing to shift our consciousness. We have to be willing to start seeing energy and how our energy is generating our circumstances and situations, and how our thought patterns directly match the energy. We've never been taught how to use energy. We've been taught everything is energy. It's like, oh, but don't learn how to use energy. Don't learn about free energy. Don't learn about how you can manage your own energy. Don't learn about how you can change your entire life by managing your own energy. Don't look at any of that stuff. Just everything is energy. We have to shift our consciousness. We have to start seeing the power that we all have to generate realities that we love, to generate the health, to generate the happiness, to generate the community that we all desire. Heaven on earth. It's up to us to create it. Nobody's going to create it for us. It's up to each one of us to create it for ourselves. And the more we create it for ourselves, we start opening that up and showing others that it's possible so that they can start creating it for themselves as well. We are far more brilliant, more powerful, more spectacular than we've ever been allowed to know. Are you willing to shift your consciousness, to open up to your unlimited self? Are you willing to open up to a whole new way of being on this planet? Because that's where we're going as humanity. And we're going there quick. So we have to be willing to let go of the old ways of being, the old ways of thinking that have kept us inside those parameters for a really long time. Let's break through the parameters. Let's set ourselves free. Let's open up the doors of our consciousness, the doors of our awareness, so we can let in the light of Source, of our soul's wisdom, so that we can start operating from our inner knowing and not from just what we're told by other people. So if you're ready to start taking your health into your own hands, if you would like a beautiful way of shifting your consciousness, I have a 12-week program starting on April 26, 2023. It's called Aligning with Your Radiantly Healthy Self. It's a 12-week deep dive into you so you can uncover your unlimitedness. So you can start to understand why your body does what it does, and you can start to take your power back. You can clear out all of the fear and the doubt and the not knowing about what your body's doing, and take command of your own molecules so that you become the expert on your body. You don't have to keep running off to somebody else to find out what's wrong with you. It's not a sustainable paradigm. Taking control of your own health, learning how to be the creator of your own health. This is the sustainable paradigm. You being the creator of your life story. Nobody else can create for you. You can create anything you choose. What story are you going to tell? If you'd like to know more about aligning with your radiantly healthy self, you can go to connectingyoutoyou.com and check it out on my website. If you would like to find out about enrolling, please reach out to me, Lisa at connectingyoutoyou.com. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Lunch with Lisa. Until next week, create for yourselves a great week. Bye for now.